Hey everybody, Derek here. Welcome to a new project from D-Licious Media called Chapter and Verse. So this is basically what it is. Every Thursday, I'm going to be going chapter by chapter in the Dhammapada, the sayings of Buddha. Every Friday, I'm going to be doing a chapter at a time from the Quran, the holy book of Islam. Every Saturday, I'm going to be doing a chapter from the Old Testament of the Bible. And every Sunday, a chapter from the New Testament of the Bible. So today is Saturday, so I'm going to be going through the first chapter of the Holy Bible. So while I'm doing this project, there are approximately 14.7 million Jewish people in the world. The Old Testament is, of course, correlates a lot with the Torah, the holy book of Judaism. I believe there's 5 or so chapters in the Torah, and there's extra chapters in the Old Testament of the Bible. And there's also about 2.3 billion Christians in the world. So it affects not only our national politics, but our global politics. Christianity does, and religion in general. So that's what this project is all about, understanding it better. I did try to go cover to cover in the Bible when I was about 7 years old, and I didn't make it. So I guess we'll see how far I get in this. Please make sure you're subscribed to the D-Licious Media YouTube channel for all D-Licious Media content. But let's dive into it. The Holy Bible, the Old Testament. All right. I do have a copy of the Bible I got from my grandmother when she passed, but I bought this brand new one because it's got bigger words and it's easier to read. So the first book of the Old Testament, Genesis, chapter 1, the account of creation. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. So whenever I hear that line, I hear bang. I hear the big bang. So the kind of the scientific explanation of the beginning of time, I hear a correlation when I read that line, and God said, "Let there be light." Bang, and there was light. Just something that's always been a thought of mine when thinking about that line. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. In the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. So that passage, and God said, "Let there be light in the firmament in heaven to divide the day from the night, and let there be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years." So kind of how human beings have always tracked a lot of time following the nights in the sky. And it almost makes me feel like, it almost makes me think of astrology for some reason. The lights in the sky controlling the seasons and for days and years and be for signs. So moving on. And I'm gonna start back here. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. So the sun and the moon. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth, and to rule over day and over night, and divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly over the earth in the open firmament of heaven." And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fall multiply in the earth." And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind." And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth unto the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. So whenever I hear that, the creation of man, God created man in his own image. So whenever I think of that, I think, if that's the case, wouldn't God have all the traits he put in man? And wouldn't man have all the traits of God? So the huge spectrum of traits that man has would be the huge spectrum of traits God has, and vice versa. That's always something I've pondered when thinking about that. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed. It shall be for meat, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat." And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. So that's that. The creation story, the account of creation, chapter 1 of Genesis, the first book of the Old Testament of the Holy Bible. So my big two main takeaways is the "let there be light," and that sounding like it correlates or has simile to or similar to the Big Bang. Like, bang, let there be light. That's always been something that I've pondered. and then God creating man in his image, and pondering the thought that if that's the case, wouldn't God have every single trait of man, and man have every single trait of God? And God's a creator, and, man is a creator. Just always something I've pondered. So that's that. This installment of Chapter and Verse, the Holy Bible, the Old Testament. Make sure you subscribe to the D-Licious Media YouTube channel for all D-Licious Media content. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.